good people? Welcome to Brewskis and Housekeys, our 50th episode. Woo! 5-0.
We did it. We're there.
Very
Congratulations.
Exciting. Hey, you too.
This is
Cheers
exciting.
to that.
This is exciting.
Milestone time.
Mm-hmm.
Feels good. That sound you heard, if you're just listening on the audio medium, was us drinking delicious beer, which we've done now for 50 episodes.
Yep.
Really pumped about that.
That's a lot of breweries. A lot of topics.
I hate to do
exciting.
this because it's probably not something that you want to be public knowledge. But there was a time where Nicole and I were throwing around the idea of doing some sort of podcast, and she said, sure. And then I said, with video, and you went,
no.
Why? And we were going back and forth on this idea of, but we like, it'd be fun. It'd be all these things. And then we thought about, we talked about it all as a group. And Nico was included in this. Said, what if we were drinking a beer? Well, we talked about it. And
that was what sold me.
Softened
Honestly,
on the idea.
That's the only reason I'm here.
And now
just kidding.
You're kind of internet famous because like your uncle and aunt listen to every episode.
Yeah.
And like it's like, please.
Yeah.
Like that was ever even a thing.
And plus, if we didn't have video, I mean, you wouldn't be able to see that Nick and I are totally matching. We're on purpose.
We're freaking adorable today. We are absolutely adorable. Absolutely.
It's like pretty on point.
It's good like Colorado camouflage though, I think, because we really are. It's that weather today. It wants to be warm, but it's also cloudy and somewhat cold and windy sometimes. So I think the flannel is a must. It's a must. So
it's very comfy.
So I am excited about 50th episode, and we are we're bringing you a fun topic today. But I mean, outside of the world of Brewskis and Housekeys, which I know is most of our life, what's been going on? What are you even doing? What's your life like?
Oh, what has my life been like? It's been a little bit of a whirlwind, but anyways, went up to Steamboat this last weekend.
No way.
And that was really nice.
I love that place.
So beautiful.
Oh,
there it is.
Shameless plug over your shoulder there.
Yep.
Did you go to any breweries while you were there?
We did. Let's see. What was it called? Oh, no. There was a Mountain Tap House.
Yep.
And that one was really neat. I had a hazy IPA there. That was delicious.
Is that the one with the pizza oven inside?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
I was trying to make sure that was the one I went to.
No, I'm glad I said the right name. The other one... Oh, gosh, I'd have to look it up. I can't remember. But they had great happy hour, pretty good beers. They kind of tended to go towards more like amber styles, probably warm your soul up a little.
Good ski
And
day.
I will think of the name of that brewery at one point. But
Ski beer.
yeah. So, yeah, did that. Went to the hot springs. I've never been to those, and that was really neat.
Strawberry
hot springs, yeah.
It's like I feel like it's like 2 steps away from being like that place where people just get naked and it's fine.
I think it used to be that place.
Yeah.
And now it's not.
Now there's too many families. Too
Now
many
it's
children
not.
there.
Yeah.
A nudist colony.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. Like you go up. I love it because they have you make a reservation.
Right.
And then you get there and the stoned dude in the little like welcome van just takes your cash and you say, yeah, we have a reservation. He goes, cool. How many? I'm like, 2. He's like, okay, cool. You give me your money and you just go in. He doesn't ask your name. He doesn't.
I think they asked our names this time, but
It was so good. I was like,
yeah. And then
what
you go
just
down
happened?
there and it's a neat, it has a bunch of different, I guess, temperatures for each pool. And some of them are really cold. So, which I actually kind of like because then you can go in there, cool off, jump back in. But I mean, really cold, some of them.
well, we'll talk
One of
about that
them.
actually because we're talking about, design trends this episode. But the cold plunge thing, I just had a conversation the other day with a dad from Jane's school.
Yeah.
He's like, man, we just put a cold plunge in at the house. I'm like, okay, we live different lives, but explain this to me.
I'll take a hot tub.
He loves it. He's like, we have the infrared sauna. And then I go from that to the cold plunge. He's like, and I don't get sick. He's like naming off all these reasons why it's a great thing. And I was like, sweet. But that's basically what that is up there. You go in those nice, beautiful, like 90-degree pools, and you jump into that ice bath, basically.
Yeah, and then jump right back in.
Yep.
But yeah, no, that was nice. How about you?
I don't know. We've been, school kind of mode is in full swing now. Jane has joined me on the path of like, she's in martial arts now.
Yeah.
So she has Kung Fu twice a week, and she loves it, which I think is really adorable. And
you guys spar at home now?
she loves to practice. You know what it is she's like, Mom, you want to see what I learned today? Okay, Dad, do this thing. And so like,
You're the punching bag.
basically.
Nice.
So if she wants to stick with it, like I was her age when I started way back when, and like I loved it. So I think it's cool, and she loves rules, and there's a lot of rules when it comes to like the formality of it all and stuff. So she loves that. She loves it. So
Well, that's good.
yeah, it's good for her.
Good. It is good for her.
Otherwise, just cruising right along doing the real estate thing too. On
Yep, of course.
when I'm not taking my kid to martial arts.
Yeah.
New team's going well.
Yeah, I guess I should mention that too. We, as of I guess December 1st, but officially this year, we Dad and I got together with Lisa Reich and Elba Quinones and launched our real estate team, the PRP group. So that's been a whirlwind in and of itself.
Yeah.
Like it's basically like starting our own business, and some people who will remain nameless, Nico, have been catching the brunt of that because he's the marketing director of the office. And we're basically rebranding everything we do. And so it's been a lot. And we have asked a lot of him, and he has been gracious. So we appreciate it. And yeah, it's great. We have our launch party this Friday, actually.
Yeah. Cheers to that.
Yeah, we're excited.
Nice. Congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And we'll be doing this as well on Friday.
Where at?
The Colorado Tap House, west side of Arvada. Shout out to them too, because man, it's a fun place to go.
Yeah,
Man,
they have good
love that
beers.
place. It's gonna be really great. So
I love there in the summertime. My wife and I have a tandem bike, and we'll ride from our
They
house
would.
down to there because the Ralston Creek Trail is right by my house.
Yeah.
And they have a slushy wine, and they have red and white wine, but then they'll do a swirl.
Oh yeah, I like those.
it's a game
That one's
changer.
really good.
And you know
I
what
do
else they
like
have?
that.
Not that this is as exciting as that. They have the slushies for kids,
Oh yeah.
and they put nerds in them. So they give you a straw that's got it's like a 22 gauge straw. So like
Get all the nerds.
you get all the nerds. Like Jane loves it.
I don't know if I would like that. 'Cause
sour apple slushy.
Are they frozen?
Yeah. With nerds in it.
Like the nerds are? Do those end up being frozen?
Well, they're cold probably,
Yeah,
but
it's like
See, I don't
chewing
like that.
babies.
I don't like
She-
cold on my teeth.
I don't either.
Like when
She
people
loves
bite
it.
popsicles, it grosses me out. Beyond. Ugh.
Just
You
to
have-
see it.
You have
Even
sen-
just to think
have
about it,
sensitive
I
teeth?
have the heebie-jeebies right now. It's like when you see nails on a chalkboard. That's how I feel for people
Note to
biting
self.
popsicles,
We won't
especially
bring
with
that
their
up
front teeth.
again. Forget I said anything.
Whew.
They do have a really good
Okay.
beer list. It's all local Colorado beers. Really cool selection, and it butts up to Ralston Creek Trail, so it's
Yeah.
beautiful. So if anyone has not been there, you need to go, please.
Yep.
We ride our bike, and then my niece rides her horse.
Of course, as one
A
does
horse, of course.
in West Arvada.
Because there's a lot of horse trails.
It's true.
out there.
Absolutely.
So she comes from, I forget where they keep the horses. It's somewhere off of Indiana, and there's a trail that rides right to it. And so she had that, and then she had a little pony also that just kind of got drug along with it was the funniest thing.
That's cool. Mom, can I go pet the horse,
Oh,
please?
they, I don't know, what do you call it? Hitched them up.
Yeah, it's a hitching post.
So they couldn't leave because everybody walking by was like, "Oh, can I pet the pony? Oh, can I see the pony?"
See, I told you.
Nothing. beats
It's
a-
funny because,
Yeah.
Colorado was a cow town, a place for that
Wild
once upon a
West.
time, and there's
Yeah.
so much of that still.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing. And
West Arvada is
West Arvada,
Yeah.
absolutely.
100%.
There's a vibe, and it's not a bad thing. It's awesome. So speaking of a lot of good beer selections
And good breweries.
and good breweries,
Yes.
what are we drinking?
So today we are drinking Emporium. And they are located off of Tennyson and 42nd. So right in that nice
love that hood.
district. Yeah. It's a really good spot. And their beers are delicious. And all of them are so crisp and yummy. Like, I love them.
We tried each other's before we started recording.
Yes.
And I'll let you talk about yours first, but I have something to say about that one too.
Okay.
Real good.
I'll
Real good.
start with mine. So mine is called Blackberry Smoke. So it's a Blackberry Kettle Sour. This is one of their flagship beers that they have, and it is very good. I'm not normally a sour drinker, but this one, it's not too sour. It's not that like warhead hit you in the face like outside. It's just very kind of subtle. And she said they use blackberry puree for it too, so it's definitely
colored that.
Yes, you can
get
see
this
it's nice and
rich, like purpley red
purple.
color.
It doesn't look like a beer, but it is.
Yes, you were saying before, like some of those sours give you said it perfectly, like that heartburn feeling.
Yeah.
And that's not fun. I like sour beers. I got to be in the mood for them anymore. I used to, go for it no matter what, but I got to be in the mood for them. But when they do that and they give you that kind of feeling, this may be, I have a couple sour beers that I love that are Colorado made. One
this might be your favorite one.
One is from Epic Brewing, one is from Dry Dock, and one is from New Belgium's La Folie is still pretty good. This could possibly outdo them all.
Ooh,
truthfully, it's
Emporium. Way to go.
So good. It's like the perfect balance of like I want to go back for more. It's like when you eat a hot wing that's just like the perfect heat, so you just want to keep going. Yeah. Spicy, it hurts, but it hurts really well.
Yeah,
I like this a lot.
The groove.
Yeah, man, that's where this thing found that groove for the sour. So,
it's delicious.
Kudos, Emporium.
The one you're drinking, I think, was my favorite during the taste test. So
it's this is like straight up. It's 80 degrees out. I am mowing my lawn, and I'm gonna drink 4 of these on a Saturday because they are low alcohol content. This is the Atari's Lantern. That's the other reason I'm drinking it.
That's the primary reason.
That's the main drink reason.
By the way,
I told Nicole when she was reading them to me before you got here, I was like, guess which one Nick's going to drink.
That nerd. Know. Which one's he going to drink? We know.
Yep.
Oh, God, I love that.
Is it gluten-free?
I don't think that it is. It's called a Jasmine rice lager. So it's made with rice, and they'll do that with like cream ales get made with flaked rice sometimes too. It just what it provides is like a tighter bubble on the carbonation, and then just like a much crisper crisp finish that we were talking about. That comes a lot of times from adding rice to the mash. So this is, like I said, it's 4.8%. It's extremely it's a light golden color if you can't see it, if you're not watching. And I mean, man, mine's almost gone already because it's just like
that good.
Easy drink.
Oh man, seriously. So I'll pace myself. Sorry, Dad. He always tells me about it. But what a cool spot. And I actually didn't know these guys were there. You guys had talked about it before, I think. But
I was looking for something that we haven't done for our 50th,
which is tough.
So,
50 episodes.
And I wasn't trying to reach all the way out, 20 miles away or whatever. But when I did my search, I had one, and I don't think we really wanted to go there because they don't serve it. They don't can it or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
What was it?
Mestizo. But this one is this Emporium. Nico found this one, and we're like, let's give it a shot. And it's awesome. And even the vibe inside was like really quite neat.
I'll put the pictures up.
I took some pictures. Sarah was one of the owners, and she helped me out. I tried all of them. They were really, really delicious.
Love it.
And they also it looks like they have live music every Saturday evening. Okay. And this is really cool one thing that they do is, so every month they have a beer of the month that they give some of the proceeds to a specific charity. So I thought that was really cool. This year it's for this month is for, I believe she said one of their workers, it's for like a dance fundraiser dance marathon out in Indiana. So anyways, one of the guys helps out with it and so that's who they decided to go with.
So that's what we supported by buying this today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it was actually the one Nico's drinking. So it's a specific beer, gotcha. To a specific charity. So the Peace, Love, and Pale Ale that Nico is drinking is the beer of the month. So go support them.
Well played.
And try that one. That was a very crisp, nice pale ale.
Very nice.
Extra, has a lot of good flavor. It's double dry hopped, I think.
It is so, Yeah, like you're saying, crisp. Like it snaps.
Yeah.
I feel like they all. I mean,
They
I know,
all
I know
are.
we're on specific styles, but they all kind of feel that way.
It's
Yeah.
extremely fresh.
Yeah.
It's, I'm like very impressed.
AKA hitting the spot.
I feel like I should have been here before.
Yeah.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I
What
didn't know
is
it
going
existed.
on?
Well, especially where it is, because we're
know.
over there a lot. We go to
Yeah.
Hops and Pie. We go to Post Oak. We go to Farrell and shop. Like, we're over in that area a lot.
Yeah.
And that's by your house, right?
It's 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's really
Goodness.
close. Tennyson Street's pretty close. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna go back, have their beers in house, and just enjoy them.
Always better when
because
you're
it's
there.
really they're really good.
Maybe we should make a road trip of it.
I think we should.
Oh, twist my arm.
Yeah.
We did have more Ataris.
Ugh. Do they have an Atari? Oh, man.
It's so good. Love
That's
it.
the next level right there. Pun intended. That's a video game pun for everybody. Well,
Oh,
I
I
think
got it now.
We'll dive in to the topic for this this episode. We did our first design trends episode at the beginning, or I think it was actually at the tail end of 2022, talking about the design trends that we're going to be seeing for 2023. Well, here we are in January, and we wanted to make sure that we hit that same topic because it was a pretty well received episode.
Yeah.
Actually.
And it's very interesting.
Yeah,
So-
and it's stuff in the world of real estate. It's stuff that I don't think is the first thing I think about. I don't know about you.
the design trends.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, but it's good to know, especially when you're going to list a house.
Yeah,
It's good to know.
if we're
Have
helping
an
somebody
idea.
sell their house, we want to make sure that we have some sort of like at least connection to the what's going to draw people in more, because obviously we want to market that house the best we can. So. And this episode is not for people that are listening at home alone. This is
Just
for people,
for fun.
Yeah, and for people that are like,
For us.
I want my place to look nice, or what's the cool thing to do, or I was going to remodel my kitchen. What are people doing? It's for everybody.
I'm
And-
listening both ears because my kitchen remodel starts on the 5th.
Ooh, kitchen
Oh snap! We got to get
remodel.
going on this episode.
I'm interested to hear what y'all have.
Awesome.
I'm glad you're in the front seat for this. So, definitely we'll gear a little bit towards, if you're getting ready to sell here and there, but truthfully, like Nicole said, it's kind of for all of us.
Yeah.
It's really approachable.
See what's hot and what's not.
Oh, well said. So let's go. Let's take it.
Let's
Nicole.
do it.
Take it.
Okay. So one of the new things that a new trend that's happening in 2024 is more sustainable designs. I think we've been kind of leaning towards more sustainable items anyways, just in general. But what people are starting to look for as far as like builders and flippers are more recycled materials or locally sourced, which, I think that just goes in the trend of most things these days. Also kind of using the outside or the atmosphere of each location of each house to the best of its potential, I guess. So if there's good lighting on a certain side, maybe having more windows there, some skylights, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and even relying on it for somewhat heating purposes too. Especially in Colorado, we get those 300 days of sunshine, and being able to utilize that natural landscape to your advantage there. I think that was kind of on that list too. And I was talking about this right before we started recording, but in that same vein, there are builders that are going through this kind of thought, or flippers too, that are going through this thought process of like, how do we reduce that, decarbonizing or whatever it is, like the idea of having less impact, I guess. And so there's a lot of, I guess, in the state of Colorado, there's a lot of rebates that are new this year, 2024, for things like, from Excel or from the state or from city of Denver, I think is one of them, towards things like different types of use of appliances. So removing fossil fuels. So if you do like a heat pump versus a gas furnace kind of thing and stuff. So I don't know enough about that to be intelligible.
And I'm technically pro natural gas, but that's just me.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
I think there's a big shift towards that with a lot of builders, and so I think there's it's good to, especially for us in our business, right, to know about it from a standpoint of, if I get asked, I had this come up today. If I get asked what electrification is,
yeah,
I would at least know what that is.
Good
and
for you.
I didn't. prior to my conversation I was having with this guy today. So
nice.
Just that concept around it of like being accessible and a resource, right, for our clients. This is kind of the thing. So
yeah.
Our famous wall is reused barn wood.
Yeah.
Which
I
really
imagine,
cool.
I don't know. I don't know if these
probably are
pictures
too.
of some kind. They might not be, but yeah, I mean, it's that kind of thing. Or our Colorado flag, which never shows up anymore. I think it was in maybe our first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Something like that. Should we make this the 50th just a recap? Remember when?
Yeah, the nostalgia. Remember our sweet boxes that the microphone.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Dude, that was good. A good beer that day too, if I remember. All right, so another thing that's going to be more and more prevalent coming into the new year, and probably
I like
beyond,
this one,
is making your home bathroom more spa-like. So this straight up from like an actual size standpoint from these remodels, taking a little bit bigger footprint to make your home, your primary bathroom more spa-like. Steam showers are making a large headway, and we talked about it earlier with the hot springs. People are loving the installation
cold
plunges,
yeah,
and infrared saunas. And I'm like,
good
in my mind,
for them. That's awesome. Infrared sauna, that would be cool. I have seen saunas in like when going to show houses.
Yeah.
I have seen a couple of those.
I love a sauna. I mean, after working out, a sauna is my best friend.
I like the steam rooms.
They're great. So,
For your pores.
Yeah.
and like just the muscles just chill, man.
Mm-hmm.
It feels so good afterwards. And so that's something I think I wrote down, being able to create your personal oasis. That's the tagline that was on a lot of those articles we read.
Yeah.
So, and I guess I should say, we referenced a few different articles for this. We will make sure those are in the notes because there were 3 or 4 people that we pulled information from that had some really cool insights on this. So we'll have those in the notes for those of you that are checking out the stuff after the fact.
Yeah.
You know what we did for our spa-like master bath is my wife found a towel warmer. And so you plug it in and you chuck your towels in there and turn it on before you get in the shower. And then when you get out, you have a
warm towel. That's nice.
That's money.
You know what I've seen too?
That's actually really nice.
A towel bar. That is that.
Yeah.
They're plugged in and like you just hang your towel on it and it's not only does it dry it faster, but it also like you get out. It's the same thing. Oh.
Some of them actually run the hot water through it. So
that's smart.
As you're running your shower, it heats it up.
Yeah.
See, I did like Portuguese style tiles, so I feel like I'm on vacation.
Smart.
That's what I did.
Still an oasis.
Yes.
Still your own personal oasis.
Yep.
That's what it's meant to be.
Mm-hmm. Nice little rain shower. Yeah. Lots of good things.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
they were saying too, like good lighting as well, like spa-like lighting. So either in the back of the mirror or kind of just softer.
Yeah. Yeah, those smart meters too are in there, like, right? So they can like Bluetooth music through them and stuff. Like, I've even seen that some. So I know.
Crazy world we live in.
Now have Bluetooth speakers in them.
Dang, man.
We were trying to put one in, but our spot was just too shallow.
In the attic itself, where it had room. That makes sense.
But I was stoked for that because I love music.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I do. I put my phone on every time. I'm like, it's fine. Let's listen to the phone speaker. Yes.
I just like the sound of the water.
It's a good zen time.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I don't know why I do it.
I don't know.
I think I started in college and I just never stopped.
I love it.
Yeah.
No, I feel like I think a lot in the shower.
It is a good time to
So I don't really
turn
like
other
to have
parts of your
music
brain off.
on. Yeah, I just like to. All right,
I can
here's what
appreciate
we're
that.
doing today. Let's do
That's
it.
a good title for your book that you're going to write is Thoughts from the Shower.
Thoughts.
There you go.
Honestly,
There you go.
there we go. That's it. All right. So another one is curves are starting to make a comeback. So that could be with like furniture. So kind of having more curvy end tables or curvy coffee tables, or also even like curvy ottomans. I bought my niece an ottoman for Christmas this last year. That is literally an arc. And it was so cool. But it was mainly because my grandma had one, and we used to play in those things. So that's why I bought it for my niece, because I was like, she's going to love this. And it was a hit. It was the hit of Christmas.
Yeah.
That they were like playing in it the whole time.
Awesome.
Anyways, those are in Amy, so you're welcome.
You're welcome. Well, I think like that's kind of that mid-century modern feel coming back, right? That like whatever Jetsons type of vibe that was going on a little bit with some of the design things back in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah, so those instead of more like square things. But also, I mean, you could even look at like arches too in the doorways as opposed to some of the like squared off.
Yep.
Maybe some curved countertops too.
We see those arched doorways a lot in like some of the older those
I like
homes that are
those.
built in like the 50s, 40s, that kind of thing. That's pretty common in those. So it's kind of cool to see around the Arvada and Denver metro area too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming back.
Speaking of playful things and all that good stuff, art gallery inspired spaces was on that list as well of the 2024 hot trends. Things like, pop-in colors on clean backdrops, or unexpected accents, like they called funky cocktail table. I have used each of those words separately. I don't think I've ever used all three of those words in one phrase together.
Funky cocktail table?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had a funky cocktail. I think I've sat at a cocktail table. I don't think I've ever sat at
What a funky tail.
I may have had one or two of those in my life too. But even like neon light fixtures, just creating that like, I don't know, almost like in your face pop of color in spaces, and not like the whole house, but like this is our dedicated space where this is the bar. So this is the bar room or whatever. Yeah. So this is where we do it. I did a showing last year with this couple that really wanted to be close to Old Town, and we found a place that was pretty, we'll call it just a traditional flip for the last few years. A lot of grays, a lot of straight lines and stuff. Yeah. And it was a cool house. Then you start walking downstairs and you go into the basement. For those of you that follow me on Instagram, you saw this reel. You go into the basement and you turn to the left, and it's like a little sitting area. And there's the bedroom around the corner and the laundry in the bathroom. You turn to the right, and there is a bar room that is circa 1940. Really? And it's like the red plaid carpet, the wood paneled walls with wood beams, like large beams that actually curved towards the ceiling, like hanging, like everything was just like frozen in time. So they just kept it. Yeah.
That's kind of cool. Actually.
And there was a bar in there. Yeah. And there were like 2 tables, and there was a big mirrored wall on the other side of the room. It was like, I was like, where did I just step into? This was amazing. So
like I got major Hugh Hefner vibes.
Yeah.
You remember that one?
I dude. Remember it.
Oh man. And then there's like a separate doorway out around the hallway so you can walk into the behind the bar. So like it's like the bartender's entrance. You can't get behind the bar unless you go through that door.
You're like, where is this? That's sure. Kind of cool.
Yeah. So
I like that.
That kind of stuff. Making a comeback.
Yeah. So another one that is coming back is going to happen in 2024 is mixed metal usage, which I think is interesting. So by that, I mean, if you're designing your bathroom or kitchen, instead of using all the same type of faucet, all the same type of like shower head, that kind of thing, they are using different ones.
Which is so counter to everything.
Yeah. So usually, I mean, when you buy something, you pick the same color. Like I have like a black, kind of a bronze black. And that's what I used for everything. I don't know how I feel about it. Nico looks like he doesn't like it at all, and I can get that because Nico's kind of a
my wife's that way. Like we redid our bathroom recently.
That would drive him insane.
And we have like it's all uniform. It's all that black bronze, same thing. Like all the fixtures, including the light and the base of the vanity. Yeah, it's all that black bronze, and there's a white sink on top of it. But like, I don't know if it's like power clashing. Whatever you call that.
That goes against my grain.
I think it just depends. I feel like to do that, you have to be really very clever. Yeah, exactly. I think you have to be like super duper.
You're talking about all in the same room?
Yes.
It was mostly like what they featured on this article was mostly bathrooms. Yeah. Potentially kitchens, but it seemed like it was bathrooms 98% of the time.
Like so brass and black or black and bronze.
Smaller room, which is like I've heard people say this in the past too, like in a bathroom or something like that, it's okay to go with a bolder paint color, smaller space. Like if you want to do something that's a little more vibrant, it's okay. Versus like your living room, which is huge. So maybe it's that same mentality around the fixture piece. I can safely say like I bet you we see like some of the higher end homes in the Denver metro area could easily have some of the stuff going on. That would never fly in my house. It would not. Maybe we're not trendy enough.
I don't know.
That's what it is. It just, my wife, like, we picked out all the stuff and it all matches.
Yep.
I think it works great.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it could look awesome. Like you said, some of those like high-end listings, they might have stuff like that, with, probably with bigger I feel like bigger spaces, it makes more sense.
I think you're probably right.
Maybe bathrooms, but still like not a tiny little bathroom.
That spa-like bathroom.
A spa-like one.
There you go.
I'm going to start keeping my eye out for that when I look at it coming soon.
Yep.
Yeah, some of those like million plus, just see what they come out as. I'd be curious too.
That's my favorite Wednesday activity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a fun one.
Every Wednesday, if you walk into our office, you can find Nico looking at the coming soons in Arvada, and it can be anywhere from like what's on the low end, 5 or 6 properties to 25.
Yeah.
And they range from, I would say, 350,000 to 4 or 5 million.
Yeah.
Because West Arvada, the horse vibe over there, that's also tends to be an area where there's a lot of higher end homes too, and you can see it. You walk by his desk. He's got
How many were there today?
Well, today there weren't very many. There were 5.
Yeah,
5
5.
Arvada coming soon.
Okay.
But total, there was 171.
Nice.
For the metro.
In the Denver metro area.
Yeah, I guess it's an interesting time of year for folks, like, and that's a market trends kind of topic, but a lot of people are still holding off on the whole listing thing right now, I think. So it'll be good to see it.
It's ramping up though.
Yeah.
It's definitely ramping up.
Only like 89 total.
Yeah.
That's true. Last but not least, as far as what's hot for this year coming up, earthy color palettes. I really thought this was kind of cool, actually, as a concept. You look outside the Denver metro area, but it says bringing the outdoors in is kind of how they talked about it, but it's mimicking your environment, your landscape. So the examples that were given in this article were like you're in the desert of Palm Springs, and so your tones, even your fixtures, even your furniture mimic that, like, kind of sandy, dusty desert tones. And then they said, I liked this, moody greens and blues in the Pacific Northwest. It's very grunge.
That is.
And then here, the blues, the greens, I think would be super, popping in Colorado, and that would make a lot of sense. But I think that's really cool that that's what they're drawing in on. And it's like those things all happening, even if they're multiple colors in the same room a lot of times in some of these homes that they showed. So
we might need some like bright orange and reds for our sunsets.
I like that.
Sunrises.
I love that.
Just kidding. That would be a
Dragon, tumbleweed.
Yeah.
I put that in the corner.
Or like,
that's a good little
anyone
decoration.
Most people who are listening have lived in Colorado or do live in Colorado. You've seen that bumper sticker. It says, if God's not a Broncos fan, why did the sunrise every day look like orange and blue? Like, why is it? So obviously that's a color we need to draw.
That is not the case this year, but
that's true. Well, you can be a fan when they suck too.
Yeah,
that's the way it's got to be.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's the way it's got to be.
You're a real fan.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I still love
During
the
the hard
Broncos.
times.
Through the goods and the bads. How about them Nuggets? That's all I'll just keep saying for now. Ooh. How about them Avs, baby?
Avalanche.
Climbing.
Yeah. So a couple of things that are kind of expected to disappear in 2024. One of them is all white rooms, all white kitchens, or all white anything. Starting to bring in more, like Nick said, warmth, organic colors, just natural, more like natural colors. So not just straight up white.
Who knew that sterile flipper look would not last?
Oh, gosh. I know.
Imagine our surprise.
Yeah.
But I do like that, the warmth, like making it feel like a home.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah, you want it to feel like
logical.
a home, not a hospital. Right? I think, personally. Another thing, which I actually really like this. So, you go, I don't know, have you ever put up trim before?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Ugh.
So you put up trim in your house, and there's different ones you can get. Like, you can get it just straight up white, but a lot of times it comes in, like, wood.
Yep.
And so instead of just painting the trim, people are now, like, staining it. So you
Show off
bring
that
out
wood.
the natural colors, which I think is really, really cool.
Well, and it's a different look. Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Everywhere. It's all the trim. Like, if you look around, well, depending on where you're looking, usually, though, it's like a white or a different color. But I like bringing out the wood. And you can use different types of wood, different cuts.
Well, and some of those that you can get are like the actual accent on them. Like, they're not just straight, square, flat trim. You can get some character to it.
There's some cool, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that going out though?
Sorry.
The
paint is going out. The staining is coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Sorry.
Celebrate the element that's there.
Paint out, stain it.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah.
That's good that you did that.
Yes.
I'm glad you did that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's true because you're celebrating that what's already there, right? That's cool. Speaking of paint, we found out last year as we did our research for the Design Trends thing that there's an official paint color of the year for a lot of the big paint companies. Mm-hmm. And so we have those listed. I think we have 9 of them. And my favorite one is the first one. So I'm just going to share it with you right now. It is by Pantone Paint Company. And it's called Peach Fuzz. Just had to get closer to the microphone for that one.
I love the dramatic pause.
My gosh.
Warm.
Classic.
I mean, it's just like it sounds. They had a graph or a picture of the paint color on their article too, and like very warm, very welcoming, kind of inviting color, kind of like we talked about. Blue Nova by Benjamin Moore. It's a rich kind of grounded blue. Thermal by C2, which is more of a mid-tone blue, and they described it as, quote, crisp fall skies and cozy winter scenes. End quote. It was great.
That was good. Good job, Nick. You're doing real good.
Oh, dear. There's one by Dunn Edwards called Skipping Stones. It's like a breezy blue. They called it breezy blue that pairs well with warm whites, beiges, and natural elements. It's almost like that, like gray blue a little bit.
So lots of blues.
Mm-hmm. A lot of blues, actually. There were only a couple that weren't. Bluebird by Krylon, which is the kind of a more common company. Pale pastel, hue of blue with like kind of a bright tone underneath. I like this one. Limitless by Glidden is a kind of a warm, almost yellow, but more neutral yellow color. Mm-hmm. And we'll feature all these on the video episode as well for you guys. Then there was by Behr, B-E-H-R, that one that you find at most of the big retailers. There, it's called Cracked Pepper, which is like a charcoal, almost black hue, which I think is interesting because you think about what room you're gonna where you're gonna paint something that color.
Maybe one wall.
Or like if you have a kitchen that's mostly tiled backsplash and you have just a little area that you're gonna fill in. Yeah. Maybe you got like white tile and like cabinets and you pop it with some, I don't know. And then HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams, which is its own line, I guess, by Sherwin-Williams. We have Persimmon.
Nice.
Which is tangerine with grounded neutral undertones. I sound like I know what I'm talking about.
I love that.
Thanks to these articles. That's for sure.
That was great. You really caught the essence of all the colors, I think.
Peach Fuzz.
So if people...
as long as we got that one, that's all really,
Yeah.
No offense to the others, but... You should drink that one. I should mention that I did change gears because Nicole got an awesome mix, and I am now drinking A Room Filled with Some Heroes.
That one's good.
Munich Helles. This, by the way, is, I think, next to the Oktoberfest, which I've ranted about plenty. This is probably my second favorite type of beer on the planet.
If you're watching, I think I keep making a sour face, and that's because I am drinking a sour beer.
That's fair. I think that's fair.
I'm going to try the Atari.
Do it. It's good for you.
Oh, yeah.
See?
That's good.
That's got like September to March written all over it for me.
That kind I was expecting it to go.
No, that's the Nintendo one.
Yeah.
You just need the sound, whatever the sound makes that Donkey Kong makes when he throws a barrel at you. That sound.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Nailed
it. Is.
That was good.
Nerd alert. Okay. So with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. That's our Design Trends episode for this year. We're grateful for you guys for listening. We're grateful infinitely, actually, to Emporium because, man, these are good beers.
Yes.
And really, really excited to have gotten to taste these and try these out because I had never been there. So
I'm excited to go back and drink beers in their brewery.
I think we need to.
You said Saturday's live bands?
Saturday was live bands. I can't remember what time.
Today's Wednesday.
Yeah.
Carry the 2. Okay. We can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. They have new beer releases. Really, it was good stuff.
I like it, especially if there's good vibe.
Yeah.
That's
good
what
vibe.
it's about. The beer matters, but like being able to feel like you can sit.
I did go when it like right first opened, so it wasn't like I didn't get the full vibe because I don't know, there
That's
wasn't
the
really
reason to
that
go
people.
back.
People. But I would like to go back, yes, and check it.
I think it's market research is what we're doing.
Exactly.
That's what it is. Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
They had good design trends in there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, full circle. That's my co-host. Everyone, thank you. We appreciate you. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button so you get the episodes automatically on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. If you're on YouTube and you haven't subscribed yet, please do, because there's 13 of you right now that we love. Yes, I did count today. We would love to add to that flock of amazing humans. So please click that as well.
Subscribe.
Outside of that, we love feedback. Leave comments, like things, shoot us the DMs on Instagram because our things will be here-ish from Nico with his magic that he does. And other than that, we'll come to you soon with another episode, and we look forward to 50 or more episodes. So to that end,
Cheers.
Cheers.
50.
woo!
Solid.